Steve Kornacki says a close look at the results shows a very narrow Biden victory. Steve's here now. How so, Steve?
Yeah, Shep, it's really interesting. You know, 4 years ago, we talked about how the polls were all wrong and it allowed Donald Trump to eke out a win. You start to look at this map and you see Biden's going to win, and Biden's going to win the popular vote by an even larger margin than Hillary Clinton. But when you look at the Electoral College, the polls were wrong again. And there was a path there for Donald Trump that he almost snuck through again. So here's where things are right now, 279, 214. If you just play this out, Biden leads in Arizona, Biden leads in Georgia. If he hangs on there, and if Trump hangs on in Alaska and North Carolina, that's probably the most likely finish to this thing. That's what the Electoral College count will look like, 306, 232. That's the flip of 2016 when Trump got 306 and it was Biden that got and Clinton that got 232. Interestingly, though, you think of those final polls. Remember national polls with Biden leading by 10, polls with Biden up in Florida, Texas, Ohio, Iowa. Trump carried a lot of those states that the polls, showed Biden with a shot in. And even you could look at Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona. Just go through these three states very quickly here. Look at where the results are right now. It's 20,000 votes for Biden in Wisconsin. It's about 10,000, a little bit more in Georgia. And it's about 15,000 in Arizona. If that holds, those three states, had they gone the other way, had they gone for Trump, he'd be tied in the Electoral College, positioned to win the presidency in the House, a swing of 45,000 votes in three states. We might be looking at a tie right now.
That sounds even closer than last year. And what about down ballot races? Really wasn't a good night at all for the Democrats.
That's the interesting thing. Democrats had this vision of just a repudiation of not just Trump, but of the Republican Party. And I think this one got lost a little on election night. But think of the Senate. Republicans came in with a 53-47 majority. You had Democrats talking about gaining 4, 5, 6 seats. What ended up happening? Democrats right now have a net gain of 1. Now, it looks like you'll have some runoffs in Georgia in January. Last chance for Democrats to get the Senate with a President Biden will be to go 2 for 2 in those Georgia runoffs in January. And then this was the real surprise of the night, too. Down ballot, the House. Democrats came in with a healthy majority. They thought they'd add 10 or 20 seats. Right now, the Republican gain is 5 and counting.
Wow, incredible. By the way, you've become very popular. I'm reading these headlines. See this? Map Daddy and Chart Throb. How's that going over?
That's not the usual language I'm used to seeing to describe me, but it's been quite a week, Chef. I never knew so many people cared about maps and numbers, but I love it.
I wonder if you'll be getting any new khakis in the mail,
We'll take a look for that.
Part of the uniform. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.